This is Data on Trail coming at you again from one of the access roads down to the Apple Orchard Falls Trailhead. Today I have a 17-mile hike. Well, good morning in person finally. Hey there, how y'all doing today? I have made it up to Apple Orchard Mountain's top, and I'm very close to the radar station and the Guillotine. But you can certainly see why I haven't shot much video. There's not much to see out here. I'm pretty fogged in. So, good morning. Hope your day is getting off to as good a start as mine is. See you around. Some mornings the AT is all nice and sunny like it has been for the last couple of days, and other mornings it is not. Somewhere nearby there's a great big white dome about 2 or 3 stories tall that is the FAA radar tower for at Apple Orchard. There we go, Apple Orchard Mountain. Oh, there's a tent up here. People cowboy camping. Need to be quiet and not wake them up. Right up there. That is a big white dome of a FAA tower, like a big ball, but you can't even see it this morning. Just saw a couple of folks back there cowboy camping this morning, which is, you know, it was probably a nice night for it last night maybe, but I am back into the woods. That, my friends, that is the Guillotine, and I will be passing directly under it on a set of kind of steep steps. So here goes. I didn't realize that part of why it's called the Guillotine might be because it does have kind of like a point down and almost like a sharp edge. So it's not just that it's a rock hanging up here. It's that it's kind of shaped like a knife's edge. On this side it looks like this, if you're southbound. It's actually a little more eerie than I thought it would be. Now the sun has come out for real and is burning off the fog and some of the moisture, and the storm front that's off to my left by several hours is causing a fair amount of atmospheric instability. So far all is good, and it's proven to be a very nice day to be hiking so far. So it is now 9 o'clock and I am 4 miles in, so I am back on my 2-mile-an-hour pace, and this is Thunder Ridge Overlook. There's a parking area off the Blue Ridge close to here, so if folks just wanted to go for a day hike even, this hike along Thunder Ridge is really nice. There are little rock scrambles, but they're pretty well laid out and not too hard to get across. I'm going to capture a little bit of this because the sun clearly has burned off a lot of the morning fog, and you can kind of see the cloud formations off past the ridge to the west, and I suspect that's the storm. So, you know, it has a ways still.
So the book I want to recommend to you is The Four Vision Quests of Jesus by Stephen Charleston.
Okay.
And it is an Episcopalian Native American minister and how he reconciles his Christian faith with his native upbringing.
Wow.
And kind of the theology behind that.
That sounds very cool. I will look at that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I've reached the James River Face Wilderness, northbound out of Pettit's Gap. I'm on an uphill climb now. I have about a mile and a half at 700 feet, so it's a pretty solid, long climb. But I think it's gradual like this, so that's not as bad as it could be. Yeah, I have less than 10 miles left of my 17-mile day, so I have seen probably 5 or 6 day hikers or weekend hikers today. Some of them had camped out last night, some of them were just out for the day. And I've seen a couple of southbound through hikers. It's one of the first views to the south and then the east that I've had today. So I have about 6 miles left, and I'm beginning the last 300-foot ascent of the day, and I have about 2,000 feet of descent after that into the James River footbridge. It's gotten very rocky, so it's kind of slow going uphill and downhill. But this is a very different kind of a part of the trail in the AT. It's very rocky. It's a climb, but it's not too steep, but since the rocks are all small and kind of loose and gravelly, they slide around under your feet a lot. But since the fall colors are here, it's kind of a nice contrast between, and even the ominous clouds off in the distance. So it's 1:30. I've rescheduled my pickup for 3:30. So I have 2 hours to make it down the hill. And I have about 4.5 miles. So it'll be close. So I'm at the last shelter of the day, and the water is flowing pretty good. But I'm trying to make my shuttle. This would be a great spot to dip up a couple of liters, and then I'd have all the water I needed for the rest of the day because I am almost out. But I do not have time to get to water now. Nobody's home right now. This is the M.Y.T.H Creek shelter. It's a picnic table and your usual fire ring, and the creek really is just right out in front. The rain has continued to hold off. Keeps getting blustery and acting like it's about to, and then it doesn't rain. So this is a nice scenic part of the Jefferson National Forest. There off in the distance, about a mile away, is today's destination, the James River Bridge. And it's about 3:15. So I should be there about 3:45 or so, I think. Unless I keep getting distracted by all this amazing scenery along the James River. I pulled my umbrella out for just a little while because it started to sprinkle, but then it stopped, so I put it back away. It worked fine. wasn't really much of a test, except that I was able to pull it out and attach it, keep hiking without much difficulty or using up much time. So it's a pretty easy procedure. Again, I'm a big fan of those umbrellas. Well, I made it to the James River Bridge, and it is 3:27. This change of direction indicator tells me to go this way. It has started to sprinkle again just a little bit, so I really hope that my shuttle driver got my message and was able to get here at 3:30. I should be across the bridge and into the parking lot in 5 minutes or so. Here is the famous James River Bridge. And just as I get to it, the sprinkling picks up. Great. So that's the story on the footbridge. There's the mighty James River. I think that height over there is actually where I was hiking earlier today. Here's the other side of the James River. I would pause and let the camera focus on some of the changing colors of the trees and all that, but I can see little sprinkles gathering on top of my phone as I speak. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the longest footbridge on the Appalachian Trail, and I don't know, maybe the longest one in the U.S. It is a pretty long bridge. I'll put some information up here on the video about the history and purpose and all that, and the specs on this bridge, because it's actually quite a structured walk across. And it's a nice walk at the end of the day, though, coming off the AT. It's level. Obviously wood, nothing to trip over. And I think I might see my ride. Yay! Because it's a red car and has its lights on. Well, this is kind of weird. You have to go down some stairs and underneath the railroad tracks, it looks like. Did not know this was here. If we don't want us running across the railroad tracks. There's a couple out for a walk with their dog. The dog, they were wanting to have a nice chat. The dog itself is ready to go hit the trail. So I think that I need to go up this way.